Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Tony here. I'm not in my studio. As you can see, I'm on vacation with the family, but I had to record an episode because today was a historic day. It was the first crypto summit at the White House. And folks, if you saw the images and the videos, pretty amazing. You had the whole room full of crypto CEOs and founders and representatives sitting with the President of the United States, along with Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, and David Sachs, the White House crypto czar. And everyone went around the room thanking the president for all the great work he's been doing. And of course, yesterday, Donald Trump signed into law. He signed the executive order to form the Bitcoin reserve and, of course, a digital asset stockpile. Now, in addition to the summit today, the president rescinded Operation Choke Point 2.0 regulations or stipulations that were in place at the OCC, and the OCC released an official notice saying that banks can engage in crypto and stablecoin and distributed ledger technology. So folks, the shackles are completely off the banks, so you know they're going to go all in and expect them to launch their own stablecoins, custody services, trading, and much more. We just heard just about a week and a half ago from Bank of America's CEO where they were talking about launching a stablecoin. We don't know which blockchain technology is yet, but this is something that's on the horizon. So the clarity is there, and the president has signed an executive order to create all these things and has removed all of the roadblocks that were in place that were preventing the banks from participating. You also had members of Congress there, like Congressman Tom Emmer, former CFTC Chairman Chris Giancarlo, and also Howard Lutnick, who, of course, is part of Cantor Fitzgerald, and all the bigwigs, all the big names in the crypto industry. So incredible stuff, incredibly bullish for the market. And this is going to create huge on and off ramps, the ability for banks to participate. So it's going to bring in a lot of institutional capital, and expect for the market to boom later this year. I know right now the prices don't reflect that. I know it's almost hard to believe that we are still in a bull market, but there hasn't been any invalidation of the bull market. You have both the stock market and the crypto market, which are correcting right now, but there hasn't been an invalidation, meaning key support levels, key structures have not been broken. Now, if they do break, I'll of course give you guys an update on what we can expect, what has changed for the timeline, but things are still on track despite the heavy volatility we're seeing. So 2 days of bullish news. The president signing that executive order, creating the Bitcoin reserve in the digital asset stockpile, and today officially ending Operation Choke Point 2.0. And the banks can engage fully. Now, of course, we don't have all the details of everything that was discussed at this summit. Some of it was closed door. There was a portion that was live streamed, but as you can imagine, the discussions that happened after that were probably in the weeds, and I'm sure folks in the industry voiced their concerns about things that may still be lingering and the need for crypto legislation. Now, Trump then mentioned that he expects Congress to have legislation on his desk before August, or before the August recess. So legislation, I'm sure the members of Congress, whether it be the House and the Senate, are going to push through legislation hopefully by the end of Q2, so that there's some lead time for the president and the administration to take a look at all these things. But you can see what is coming, right? And this is why I'm still very bullish on the market. Based on the charts and the macro, global liquidity is rising. The DXY is dumping. Go look at that DXY chart. It is dumping hard. And then the macro backdrop of the government. They are embracing crypto. And remember that with the United States, on a federal level, approving a Bitcoin reserve and a digital stockpile, you're going to have the states within the U.S., many who have introduced Bitcoin reserve bills, they're going to get those passed because the federal government has approved it. In addition, you're going to see countries around the globe, they're going to get into a kind of an arms race here for Bitcoin and crypto. Don't be surprised if China comes out and says they're going to do the same thing, or Russia. We've seen this story before for other assets and other technologies. So game 3 is going to play out here, but incredibly bullish news. Trump also said he's going to rescind all previous IRS crypto guidance as well. He's going to stop all the craziness that the IRS has been trying to do. As you know, this past week, Senator Ted Cruz and many folks in the Senate rescinded the IRS broker-dealer rule, which, was bullshit, of course. So guys, things are setting up beautifully here. I'm so bullish. I wish I could convey outside of my words how bullish I am, because imagine the folks who panic sold their crypto because of tariff fears or the volatility is getting too much. I'm bored. This bull market sucks, right? I always tell you guys, I keep harping on it. Stop with your emotions. Go to the chart, and patience is so important. If you are only focused on price in the short term, you're going to miss it. And this is where Warren Buffett and all the institutional investors for decades have been beating out retail, because retail has the lottery mindset. It needs to I need to play the numbers and I need to know the numbers next week, right? Get out of that mindset. Get out of the Jim Cramer financial TV mindset. Have the macro view. Look at the data. Look at the charts, guys. It's so important. So guys, be patient. I urge you, be patient. I'm telling you what's coming, what I see on the charts, what I see in the macro backdrop. And yes, there's going to be volatility. Expect volatility. Use it to your advantage. Guys, no bullshit. I don't lie to you guys. I'm buying the dip. After what took place with today and yesterday in the reserve and the digital asset stockpile, and I know they have to iron out the details to get the money because they can't use taxpayer dollars. They're going to get there. But look at what's happening. And imagine the FOMO that's going to happen with institutions who see, oh, the United States is bullish and Trump is approving this. We're going to go all in. There's no more taboo, stigma, or whatever. It's open season here to go buy these assets. And I've often told you guys, the markets and economy will run on blockchain. So guys, if you appreciate this update, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't as yet. Be sure to check out our sponsor, VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer 1 enterprise blockchains out there, being used by many big enterprises and companies around the globe. They're working with Boston Consulting Group, BMW, Walmart China, PwC, and much more. I am a VET token holder, so I'm bullish on this project. And guys, be sure to check out my book on Amazon, subscribe to my free email newsletter on Substack, and also be sure to check out my new course at My Crypto Course. Guys, I'm going to get back to the family. As you can see, once again, I'm on vacation, but I appreciate you all. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll talk to you all later.